So Rhea Chakraborty refused to get roasted. What's more, she actually wants to be toasted. She is innocent of any wrongdoing, okay? And she is sick of being crucified. For what? She who is cooperating with all the agencies and is willing to undergo a narco test. What she has to hide? 15 crores, you did say? Well, where are those 15 crores? Find them. For nearly 2 hours on a humid Thursday night, a 28-year-old woman, nobody had really heard of her till her 34-year-old high-profile boyfriend died, made minced meat for season star anchors. At the end of the tepid grilling, it was the anchors who looked like they needed whichever drops Rhea was allegedly adding to Sushant Singh Rajput's tea to keep him calm. The only ones clearly suffering from panic anxiety attack on the primetime show that night were these mighty people left to gesticulate wildly, blubber, stammer and refer to notes, while Rhea Chakraborty, the prime-time accused in a sensational case, remained the coolest customer on the planet. Several jaws must have dropped at Rhea's steely responses to every question, complete with date, timeline, fact and figures. It was a perfectly scripted, glitch-free performance. We stupidly forgot all about the COVID crisis, JEE and NEET debates or Prashant Bhushan. Imagine, we hung on to every word being uttered by this feisty boss lady who was right on top of the narrative she was spinning herself. Rhea should immediately fire her pricey legal team and argue her own case in the court after this dress rehearsal she did last night. At the moment, she seems to be a one-point agenda to convert a trending hashtag Justice for Sushant, into her own campaign. Justice for Rhea Chakraborty. Rhea played every card in the book and went from vamp to victim in 10 easy lessons. She discarded the Sati Savitri head-covered white salwar kameez grieving girlfriend look for a more contemporary and casual girl next door appearance. Her meticulous recreations of any and every turning point of the tragedy, complete with dates and an assurance that she can produce proof to substantiate her stories, made one marvel. No question fazed her, nothing could trip her up. She had come to nail just one person, Sushant Singh Rajput's sister, and she turned the knife expertly by repeatedly asking the same question. I want to know what happened to Sushant between 8th and 13th of June when his sister was living in his home. Sushant was found dead on 14th. Rhea had taken her time to react to the awful news back then and was not seen at the funeral. But, hey, she definitely did make the extra effort to go to the mortuary to see the body and say sorry. Why sorry? What else could I say? Sushant was dead. Of course. She touched his feet because all Indians know it is a sign of respect. Because all Indians know and all Indians see. After all, she had lost a beautiful boy and needed some closure. Now comes the new angle. She confessed and she and her entire family are contemplating suicide. Get a gun and shoot us all, she said dramatically, her eyes flashing fire. This simple girl from a middle-class background cannot take the pressure of her loved ones being vilified. She has sought police protection, fearing the worst. Everything she added, her lower lips trembling, has been misconstrued. Besides, as she challenged, where's the proof indeed? Where is it? Yes, she admitted her boyfriend of a year lived life king size, flew first class, stayed in a best hotels in Europe and had once blown up 70 lakhs partying with a bunch of guy friends. So what? Not only had this well brought up young lady not taken a paisa from her high living partner, she had also returned 35,000 to him after he had lovingly settled her hair and makeup bill. Oh, yes. Her brother had indeed been in Italy with the much in love couple as they enjoyed the European holiday, but that's because her boyfriend loved the lad so much. He wanted his company on their little honeymoon. And yes, SSR had also made him a business partner in a couple of ventures, strictly no money, okay? Just love, bro. On the other hand, this is when Rhea was at her finest. It was his family that denied him love. His dearly beloved mother had died, some say, after suffering from depression herself. Sushant had not stopped either mourning or looking for her. "It's not good to talk about someone who is no more," she said, her voice quivering. But she went ahead and did it anyway, revealing her partner's marijuana addiction, his claustrophobia, and his dependency on prescription drugs. She also brought up the old and almost forgotten Me Too allegations and mentioned how hurt he was with the reports about his philandering. She, of course, remained loyal, trusting, butter won't melt in her mouth girlfriend, whose sole job was to look after man and stand by him. As for those awful people who questioned her aukat, she bragged her aukat in that she was the girlfriend of a big star named Sushant Singh Rajput who loved her. There is loads more in the same vein, all of it stated bloodlessly without a flicker of emotion. She didn't miss a beat dissing people who were close to Sushant, including his ex, and carried on for hours or more without tripping up even once, her language skills stitching between Shuddh Hindi and impeccable English were put to great use as she effortlessly dismissed each leading question with a counter question and demolished any and every accusation with a sharp rebuttal. Pointed queries about drug use, abuse, or of her being involved with Bollywood gangs were met head on without as much as a twitch giving her away. Finally, when she was asked a rather obvious and silly question, "So do you think it's a murder or a suicide case?" pat came Rhea's answer. "Even I want to know the answer." Touché, girl. Go home, you anchors. Rhea just flattened your ego curves. बच के रहना रे बाबा.
Hey guys, this is Sharmila Maiti from Sharmila Showhouse, and please subscribe my channel, click the bell button for more updates.